Hi everyone, welcome to the last stream of the day. We're going to be playing Dinosaur Riders in Space by a game developer named Ursidice. You can find him on Twitter. I'll link that to you very first off. Go and find Ursidice. Not only is Ursidice on Twitter, let's just check that link is correct. Not only is Ursidice on Twitter, yeah, it is correct. Go and pop him a follow. Not only is he on Twitter, he also is on DriveThruRPG, and you can go and buy this game there. So go and check it out. It's going to be fantastic. But you know, you don't have to make that decision now. You can wait until we've played for exactly 5 seconds, or just read the title. It's called Dinosaur Riders in Anyway, before we go around and say hello to everyone, please check out the opening links. These include all the places you can find us on our community and communicate with us and all that good stuff. Also, please look at the information about our sponsors, Burdenstorm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, without whom we wouldn't be able to do any of this. So thank you to them, thank you to you guys, thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone. Brilliant. This is great. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. Raven, would you like to go first or last? Would you like to direct? What would you like to do?
I'm easy. So I'll go first. Hi, I'm Raven. You can find me on Twitter at Raven_Coop or co-op, whatever, however you want to say it. I am today's Galaxy Goddess as described by Rice. So I'm really excited to play. It's my first time GMing on this channel, but I'm here on Tuesdays playing everybody's favorite Bubbles, Trainwreck Crybaby, and Apotheosis. So you can find me on Tuesdays. And I'm going to go, let's go over to Ray.
Hey, I'm Ray. I play tabletop RPGs sometimes here on Scratticus Academy, and starting September 1st, which I think is next Sunday, you can catch me over on the Greyhawk channel playing in a campaign called Autumn Hall, starting at 3 p.m. Central Time, just because I know that's my time. It's 4 to 7 Eastern. So yeah, awesome. I'm really excited to play this game. Dinos in space.
I mean, I must admit, I haven't even looked at this game yet, but I'm excited. Lastly, but most certainly not leastly, below me, we have, welcome back, is it Zarafa or Zarafa? Back here is Zarafa.
I didn't go back as Zarafa, but whichever out of the way you pronounce it.
It reminds me of Parappa the Rapper. Do you remember that game?
Nope.
PlayStation 1 release game. Alright, never mind. Don't worry, carry on. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Hi, I'm because Zarafa or Bill. I'm very glad to be back as a player after being earlier DM. There's in space. Yes, come on. I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's gonna be so much fun.
And talking of Apotheosis, just seconds ago, we have new merch on the website, which is Apotheosis related. So do go check that out too. Also, I've realized I've for some reason zoomed in on you, Raven. I'll stop that immediately.
I appreciate that. I mean, this is the money maker, but like half of it. No, it's okay. Yeah, I'm really excited too. So just so everybody knows, none of us have played this game before. So this is gonna be a wild ride on dinosaurs. Wild dinosaur ride. Magic dinosaur ride. There we go. So yeah, are we ready?
Born that way.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll kind of play as we go and try to figure it all out together. But it is night where you are, and it's almost always night this far away from the closest sun. The glow of neon lights is everywhere and reflects off of you as you move down the crowded street of Helios Terminal, a space station past the void of the inner Helix planets. This far from the watchful eye of the Galactic Imperium, it's chaos, and that acts as a dangerous backdrop for dinosaur riding pirates such as yourselves, cruising between abandoned worlds, crumbling space hulks, and overpopulated space stations which house the most diverse and colorful examples of the galactic population. Street vendors, as you're passing down the street, are shouting. As you pass by, you smell the familiar scent of frying oil and kind of gasoline. It's hot on the street, and the humidity makes you slightly uncomfortable. But you're headed to the stables to meet up with your bookie, who has a very important mission for you, and you want to grab your companion. So I'm going to have you guys introduce your characters. We'll start with not Ray. We'll start with somebody else first. Whoever wants to go first.
I will be playing a rider named Ferdinand. And their dinosaur, Franz. If you hadn't guessed, they are mostly Germanic. And that has somehow held on into space, you know, that European route. They're very proud of their heritage, I guess. Also, thank you very much to the 2 donations that just came crashing in. Otherdoc donating a £9 donation there for as the screen loads. There are no recent events, don't play. Okay, I thought I'd drop this off for the players. That must be free advantages. Thank you very much. We have extra advantages. And then Pumpkin comes in as well. Daniel, thank you very much, as he would like everyone to roll on a random table. Is that okay with you, Raven? May we do some random table stuff? Is that cool?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I have random tables. Should I just like pull one out and do that? Oh my...
Pull it out.
I think today is the day, right? For magic umbrellas.
Absolutely. I'm never going to say no to magic umbrellas and dinosaurs with lasers.
So let's get some D100 rolls in.
I think this is the first time I've rolled on one of these tables as well. So yay! Anyone?
I'll whisper the results to you, Raven, so you can surprise us with umbrellas.
I don't know why I just did
I mean,
that.
if you want an umbrella too, you can have one too. I mean,
Raven would love an umbrella. No, I'm fine. Oh gosh.
Okay, I'll whisper them. You carry on.
Okay. So we have Franz, and Ferdinand. What does your character look like?
Oh, they despite their heavy Germanic accent, they actually they ride their dinosaur in a well-cut suit of Italian cut, and they have a feather in their hat. But it's one of them traditional fedora type hats. Yeah, one of the few hats I don't have actually, which is why it's strange why I chose it.
So Rat Pack-esque.
Yeah, kind of, and they ride a pterodactyl named Franz.
Okay. I don't think we have pterodactyls.
We don't have pterodactyls?
No. But I'm allowing. I might just say, fuck it.
I mean, if you want, I can pick something else because I did that with absolutely no thought.
I'm trying to see what I'm going to make your stats be. And is your character a bounty hunter, a rogue, a rascal, a vagabond, or a smuggler?
They are definitely a rogue. Okay,
perfect. And then pterodactyl, I'll figure it out.
I will actually definitely go and correct that to something that's much more useful.
No, I'm thinking like I feel like a pterodactyl would have similar stats to a raptor.
No, this is fine. This is totally fine. I would happily take a iguanodon.
Okay, perfect. All right. Let's talk about Shaggy and Scooby.
Yes. So you see, you probably first see the dino. Now, this is a Stegosaurus, who has emerald green scales. He has sapphire eyes with a stocky build, wearing a rainbow saddle with gem-like saddlebags. And I'm just putting this voice out of my ass because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing.
I love it.
Whereas Shaggy himself, the rider, he is a bounty hunter with ruby red hair, amethyst eyes, a slim build, a black trilby, and trimming horses for his weaponry. Because as a bounty hunter, you need guns.
You sure do. And you have them.
And I may have picked a bad choice of voice.
Let's see how long it lasts.
We'll see.
All right, that was perfect. And we'll go over everybody's like dice and whatnot after we hear about Beatrice and Merc.
Oh, well, hello there. My name is Beatrice, and she wears like she's got like a traditional like Canadian tuxedo, denim on denim, and she's got a red bandana tied around her neck, and she's got a matching one tied in her hair, and she's got like this big Southern belle updo, very ostentatious, very obnoxious. And she's got like these big spectacles that have like a chain that wrap around her head so she could take them on and off. And she kind of just like pulls her hair to the side. She's like, and this is my raptor Merc. And it's just like this, like, it looks older, like an older raptor, but still got like a spring in his step. He's still like stoked and like cuddles up next to her, and he's like orange and brown and yellow, very stocky, like kind of like awkward. He's got like a little snaggle tooth that comes up.
Oh my god, I love him.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Okay, perfect. So, and Beatrice, what is your class? What is
I'm a
Beatrice's
rascal.
class? A rascal, all right. Perfect. So, Beatrice, as a rascal, you get a D10 in bond. You get a D6 in action and a D8 in settle. So for everybody joining in and our players, bond is basically how to win somebody over, inspire someone, break a heart, trade your valuables, etc. You'd roll bond. For action, if you were to roll an action, that's something brash, wild. You're trying to attempt something brash or wild or out of this world. That's an action. And it's also, I mean, it's an action, you know. And then if you're trying to attempt something underhand, sneaky, or something that might raise suspicion, you're going to go with subtle. So that are the three things that you're going to roll. And those are your particular rolls as a rascal. And then as a raptor, Merc will roll a D6 in bond, a D10 in action, and a D8 in subtle. And then for Shaggy.
One more time, can you say that for Merc?
Yes.
What I roll?
Yes. That's a D6 in bond, a D10 in action, and a D8 in subtle.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem. And then I can always, if you guys need any help remembering, I have the tab up. For a bounty hunter, so for Shaggy, he rolls a D6 in bond, a D10 in action, and a D8 in subtle. And then for Scooby rolls a D8 in bond, a D10 in action, and a D6 in subtle.
All about an actor.
All right. That's okay. We'll roll on our wheelhouse, which I'll explain to everybody in a second. And then for Ferdinand, he's rogue. He rolls a D8 in bond, a D6 in action, and a D10 in subtle.
Oh, cool. I'm subtle. Nice.
You're
First
so
time ever.
subtle. for the first time. Bronze is a D8 and everything. Across the board. Flatline.
Nice.
Yes, you made it easy. And then for our wheelhouse, we're gonna roll for our wheelhouse. So your wheelhouse is what you're particularly good at. So it's for you and your dinosaur, or your rider and your dinosaur. And when you roll a wheelhouse within your wheelhouse, so if something comes up and you're like, okay, I want to roll in my wheelhouse, you will get advantage. You get to basically roll the dice that you're rolling twice. So, we're gonna have each of you roll a d6 for your dinosaur and a d6 for your rider. So if you wouldn't mind doing that for me, and then tell me which is which.
Okay, so I rolled a 5 first for the dino. I just hit the dino first for Scooby.
Okay.
And I rolled a 3 for the rider.
Okay, perfect. So your wheelhouse for Scooby is Blast Off. So
Raven.
he's
May you just quickly unplug and replug your microphone for me? You've gone all crackly.
Dang it! Why does this always happen?
I don't know. Did you replace the cable already?
I sure did.
What?
All right, hopefully that helps.
Much better.
Okay, cool, perfect. If it doesn't help, then God help us. Okay, so basically Blast Off is when you're taking off, because your dinosaur is like your, basically your spaceship. So he's really good at that. So just be sure to mark that down, that whenever you're blasting off with your dinosaur, with Scooby, you get to roll 2 of your dice and pick the higher one.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yes, and then D3 for your rider is sexy. So you're particularly sexy. So if your rider's ever trying to seduce somebody, they're gonna get double in probably whatever bond roll they have. So, didn't you say you weren't charismatic?
Well, hell.
Well, this is perfect. So next we'll go. Who else rolled? Okay, right. Which one? Who rolled first for your first one?
I rode my rider first, so my rider is 2 and my dino is 5.
Okay, so Beatrice is particularly good in the marketplace. So if you guys are in a marketplace and she wants to haggle for anything, that's what she's particularly good at.
Cool.
And then 5 for your dino, which is Blast Off as well, which is very, very lucky for you guys because it's not easy to take off.
Cool.
Okay. And then you got 2 5s for you, Scrat. So Blast Off again for
Shall I
Franz.
roll that again for variety, or?
If you want to, I'm totally cool with it.
I mean, you know, we've got a lot of blasting off right here, and we're gonna end up like Team Rocket.
That's true. All right, trying my mic again. Okay. So what did you roll? Oh, you got a 1. Okay, cool. So that is going to be tracking. So your dinosaur is very good at tracking.
Awesome.
And then you are very good at hacking. So any technology that we may come across, we might be able to hack it.
Hackety hackety hack.
Hackety, hackety, hack.
I'm ready.
Stealthy, Scrat. You're stealthy.
I'm stealthy and subtle and totally...
Tracking. Yeah, you do the stealth.
Yep. This is gonna be great.
This is going to be so great. Okay. So we're going to continue going. You guys are headed to the stables to basically grab your dinosaurs. And And so as you approach the stables, you meet Scooter, who is your bookie that you know very well. And he's standing by the pen of his T-Rex called Gump. He's a burly, broad-chested man with a sharp jawline covered in stubble, in very short khaki shorts, a pink Hawaiian shirt, and he's wearing a large Stetson. And he's in the back of the stable, so you guys have to go past basically 12 pens. There's 6 on each side, and your dinosaurs are in them. So you can stop by. Is it worse? Jeez. How does it sound now? Help me, people.
It sounds better when you're a little way away from it. I think your mic might be capping out.
No.
Maybe turn the gain down a little bit.
How's that sound?
A million times better.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, there we go.
Oh, actually,
Perfect.
I say that, and it just immediately starts crackling again.
What do I do?
I don't know, Raven. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Hold on.
Could it be the connection at the other end? Could it be the connection at this in the mic?
Okay. How's that? Better? Worse? Worse? Better?
Yes. Sounds good at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is Zelda with the sage?
Zelda. I'll go and
Sage.
shout at Zelda.
Okay. So, I'm sorry if it just sounds really bad, guys. I'm so
You
sad
sound
right
great now.
Okay, good. Because I'm about to play Scooter. So as you guys approach this man in this very bright pink Hawaiian shirt with very short shorts and a very large Stetson, he's like, well, 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 look what the raptor dragged in. Well, shit. Just the folks I wanted to see.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. How y'all been? I ain't seen y'all here in I don't know how long.
Oh, well, you know, we just been going through space, traveling on our dinos.
Yeah. I think I've lost the accent, maybe. I don't know. It's in
It's
and
really
out,
hard
but-
when everybody is like oddly southern at this place.
I know. Yes, it's been good. It's been good. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Beatrice,
good.
you're looking as beautiful as ever.
Oh, well,
Hair.
thank you, sugar.
Hair a little bit closer to God, I see.
Oh, getting closer and closer every day, my dear.
All right, Ferdinand, you still owe me money, but that's all right. That's all right. You're welcome here.
I'm afraid I do not know what you're talking about. I do not owe you any money. No.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sure.
that is nicht true. Not true. Not at all.
Mm-hmm. Sure. That money just got up and walked away, but that's all right. That's all right. All right. Well, if y'all are up for a mission, I'd love for your help.
Oh, well, you know we're always up to help, always up to do what you need. So what's going on here?
Yeah. So y'all know my girl, Vinya, right? She's like one of my best. She makes the most money. She's obviously the best out of what I got. But her and her dinosaur were trapped on a world close to here called Little Boca. We thought it was abandoned, but she was gone missing. She's just missing. I don't know where she is, and she makes the most money. So I mean, I gotta get her back.
Jawohl, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Right. Good. So if y'all are in for it, I got her coordinates from her last comm link. And she was going there for a real big bounty. And I'm betting she'll be willing to share if you save her ass.
All right, look, listen, yes, I will do this for you, but when I have done this, then that is the end of all of the end of all of this talk about debts. We will not have any more to do with it. Okay.
All right, fine. She makes me a lot more money than you do, and I mean, she'll make me back whatever you took, so that's fine.
She's slander at this point.
Is it though? Yeah, so I mean, y'all just gotta be careful. I hear the locals there ain't particularly friendly. And there is something on that island that just, I mean, hell to high heaven, we don't know what it is, but it is fucked. It's fucked. Got my best rider. How is that even possible?
Well,
Just right.
SS are on the case.
All right, that's perfect. Well, I'll get you guys your coordinates, and y'all can get going. Because the faster y'all get out of here, the better it'll be for all of us.
I find these journeys go better when we are coordinated.
That's true. So, what I want you guys to do now is your dinosaurs can talk to each other. Do you want to say anything to any other dinosaurs?
Have these other dinosaurs met before? Are we saying?
Yeah. They're probably good friends.
Hey friends, hey Merc, how we doing?
Gump is like Gump at the very, probably right between Franz and Scooby would basically say, all right, you guys got a mission. That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, how we doing? Yeah, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I am just doing wunderbar, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, Beatrice is getting a little heavy, but we're doing all right over here.
That's a shame to hear. Shaggy's as slim as ever. He tries putting away, I'll buck him off.
And Ferdinand keeps himself in shape.
Yeah.
Mark, you just gotta work on those squats. It all comes from the legs, and you just gotta work on that. I mean, she'll get lighter the stronger you get.
Well, if she would just stop eating so many dang sandwiches, it would just be easier on the both of us. Why do I have to do all the work?
Shaggy was a cakeaholic until I slapped him with my tail. He no longer has cake.
No, I find that it helps if you don't skip arm day and use your arms as well. Like I see most of the dinosaurs with the little arms, and I just think, oh, shouldn't have skipped arm day.
All right, Franz, I find that very offensive.
Well, I'm just saying, if you did more work on your arms, then perhaps you would be okay.
I can't change the length, but it ain't about the size, it's about the motion of the ocean,
Preach over there, little one.
Hey.
I stand by what I said.
What is going on?
Okay, so if you guys are ready, you can head to your dinosaurs and mount up. And while the dinosaurs are talking, they're kind of talking about like they're talking while you guys are talking, but you're getting your comm link and you're getting ready to go, and you have kind of all the stuff that you need to do that.
Yeah, Scooby quickly eyes Shaggy, nods. No cake, Scooby, no cake. Okay. Thumbs up.
Perfect. And so what we're gonna do now is
Before we get going, can I have Franz just flex in front of Merc and Scooby and just start doing dinosaur burpees?
Yes, absolutely.
Showing off their superior arm strength.
Yeah, could you please describe to me in great detail how an iguanodon does a burpee?
Well, first they get up on their hind legs and then they do a little jump and then they drop onto all fours because they've got really long arms. And then they do the whole in the bushes, up we get, jumping up and in the bushes. Literally like Sully out of Monsters Inc.,
I love it. It's perfect. Okay. So, anything else, Beatrice? How do you get on Merc? He obviously is very apprehensive of you mounting him. Ray, did you hear me?
No, I didn't. It cut out for a second on my computer. What'd you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wondering how Beatrice is going to mount Merc.
So Merc has this little, like, on his saddle, there's like this little extra strap that comes down. So it's like a step ladder almost. There's like the main straddle, like the boot strap that you put your foot in. But then there's like an extra one that like looks like haphazardly put on there. And Beatrice like stumbles on like the first one. And then Merc kind of like gets down a little bit lower, and you can see his legs like wobbling and shaking as she like hoists herself over, and then he like kind of bounces and gets like finally back up, and she like adjusts herself and obviously like starts patting her hair and like petting him, and just like making sure he's okay, but he's like, you can obviously see he's like kind of shaking a little bit.
Oh, poor buddy. Okay, perfect. So you guys, there's an exit out the back, which basically leads to like a little launch pad that you can take off from. And we are now going to have you take off, which is very, it's not easy to take off. It's dangerous. Taking off and landing is very dangerous. And you're a ball of Dinosaur and Rider hurling through space. And so it takes a team to be able to land and take off. And so you guys have to each roll bond for both of you. So you'll roll your bond. You'll roll 2 dice. If your Dinosaur has the blast off wheelhouse, you'll roll twice and take the higher. So I would recommend rolling separately for each of them.
So, twice with the D8 for my dino for blast off. I'll take the 7.
Okay, perfect.
And it's bond, so it's a D6 for the rider.
Perfect. So they're very good. So you made it. You easily kind of blast off into space. You start hurtling through space. You have done this before. Shaggy and Scooby, the impenetrable bond between you two. And so that counts as a success. So be sure to mark down a success for both Shaggy and Scooby under bond. And that adds to your confidence in your bond with each other. All right, now you're hurtling through space, man and dino and man. It's a beautiful combination. So who's next? Who wants to go up next?
I will
I'll
go
go.
next. No, you can go. You go.
Alrighty there, sugar. I'll just get on a moving then. So I roll. It's action, right?
This one's bond, because you guys are
bond,
working
okay.
together. Yes. So you'll roll twice for your Dinosaur, because you also have the that's in your wheelhouse, and then
Yes.
roll it again for Beatrice.
Okay, so
just once for Beatrice.
Thank you,
Yes,
Hawkeye, for that
3.
raid. Welcome in.
We're dinosaurs in space.
We are.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh no.
Let's figure out what's going to happen here, because this is going to be an experience for all of us.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So, and you were rolling what you had for bond, right? Because you're a rascal, which is a D10, and then your raptor is a D6, right?
Right. Oh,
Okay.
was I supposed to roll a D10 instead for Beatrice and not a D6?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's why.
Okay. Let's see what's up. Let's see what you get.
Okay.
Okay. So that is still technically a failure, unfortunately. And we're gonna figure out how this works. So, so you look a little silly. I would say because Merc isn't holding you up very well, his legs are a little shaky, so your takeoff looks really ridiculous. Do you want to describe kind of what happens when you guys take off?
Yeah. Beatrice kind of like does like almost like the traditional like spur in the side thing with her boot and like kind of like nudges him to go. And like while she's nudging him, she's like also trying to fix her hair. So then like he starts going and then she bonks on him and like falls on his like neck, which like kind of throws him off balance, and he's kind of like stumbling and then tries to regain his balance and stumbles to the other side because she's like lopsided on his saddle now, and it just like looks totally uncomfortable.
Absolutely. Okay, perfect. You still make it out into space. You just look really ridiculous, and you take a failure for both of you. All right, Ferdinand and Franz.
Okay.
Roll me some dice.
This is not in my wheelhouse.
No, and so remember that Franz is a D8. Ferdinand is a is a D8. So they're both D8s. Okay, so you succeed. You guys are together. You're in sync. You give him a little scruff kind of on the side of his face. And you guys take off into the night. The night of literally space. So do you guys, is there anything you want to do while you're hurtling through space? Are there any conversations you want to have with your dinosaur? Because you can talk to each other. You have a special bond that nobody can break ever. You don't have to.
Jackie's just sleeping for the ride, just, oh, we're passing through space again, okay.
Do you believe it, Franz? That crook, that criminal, he says that I owe him money. Can you believe this? Oh, he's terrible. And the other dinosaurs, they don't do arm day, they skip it. It's awful. Why are we so alone? Only we will ever understand each other. That is true, but please, more subtle.
Only subtle for the subtle boy. All right, what about Beatrice and Merc?
I honestly think just Beatrice is kind of like has her compact out and is like dabbing her cheeks and is like just talking to Merc like, oh, well, you know, Uncle Benny's having a cookout next weekend. We gotta go. We gotta stop over there. You know, you love all his dinos. Y'all will have so much fun. It'll be such a good time. It'll be great. And Merc's just like literally just like hurling through space with this like kind of look on his face like, okay, I guess so.
Well, perfect. Okay, so you guys start to arrive at Little Boca pretty easily enough with the coordinates. And as you begin to kind of come towards kind of the planet, it's really small and it's very green. And basically, as kind of you're coming along, you notice that there's not a lot of like civilization. This planet is basically, it looks from up here desolate. And as you kind of get closer, you start to notice there's like a very large volcano kind of close to the, kind of further away. And as you kind of start your initial descent into Little Boca, you notice that there's a little bit of movement in the trees. Kind of like, yeah, just some little movement, I'll just say. And so now you guys are going to land, which is going to be another test of your bond. So we're gonna have you guys roll to land for me. So basically the exact same thing you just did.
But without the
I
blast
think.
off. I'm guessing.
Without the blast off, I believe. Yes, without the blast off. 8. All right. This time it's a little shaky as you're coming down. Maybe there's a lot of trees. You can describe it if you want to. How are you guys landing?
I think Shaggy's still just sleeping just because wake up, and not concentrating on landing. No, I don't just do.
That's perfect. Yeah. So you hit the ground really rough. Scooby's like basically shouting. The other dinosaurs can hear him saying, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah. And so you land very shakily. You do take a failure for Bond. So just mark that for both of them. All right. So Beatrice and Merc. For you, you aren't landing so hot either. Do you want to describe how you land?
Almost as awkwardly as I took off, but this time it's 100% Merc's fault, where it was like coming in hot and he looked to the side just like maybe there was like a pretty lady dinosaur and he just kind of got sidetracked and just bit the dust.
Perfect. And it probably didn't feel too great as Beatrice slams into his body, slamming into the earth.
No.
All right, Ferdinand and Franz, my friends, it's your turn. 2d8.
Again, I am slightly nervous because this is not in my wheelhouse, but... Franz? Doing okay? And me? Seem look good.
Okay, so you are the least shaky of everybody, but again, the trees just kind of like start whacking you in the face.
No.
And you can describe how you start to land.
Well, as the trees start to hit me in the face, I'm like sort of like tug on Franz, like, Franz, do something about the trees. And Franz flexes. Creating a tree barrier for me.
And that obviously makes it really hard for him to land.
Her to land, yeah.
Her to land, my bad, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Her to land. So again, for all of you, mark failures under Bond. But it's okay. It's all good.
Oh, was I supposed to mark a failure in Bond
You're-
last time?
No, you were a success last time.
Cool.
Alrighty.
How do you mark a failure?
I'm keeping track of it, but you could just write down on the character sheets that you have or on a sheet of paper.
Do you take like
Just-
confidence or shame? Is that...
Yes, that's confidence or shame. Sorry.
Got it.
My B.
No, it's all good. I'm
Oh,
still
should've-
just happy with the image of like an iguanodon landing and flexing at the same time. This is...
Yep.
I'm a happy
It's
man.
amazing. It's so good. Okay. So you guys land. You're in a heavily dense jungle area. And you're kind of directly in your path. You can still kind of see a couple of the trees shaking and you can see the volcano kind of in the distance. But what do you guys want to do? You just have the coordinates for the planet. So now you guys got to find Venya.
Did we get a physical description, or do we know what they look like, both of them?
You would probably know, you'd have an idea of what they look like. And you know that Venya is a very tall woman. She's muscular. She's bald with black eyes and bluish skin. Not 100% humanoid. And you know that her, she rides Davo, which is an iguanodon. And he's very bright orange and he's very thin. And Merc and Scooby and Franz would all know that Davo is really weird and they don't like hanging out with him very much. So
Aw.
that's kind of what you know of. Venya is kind of a hard ass. You guys have kind of met her before. She doesn't really talk to any of you. She's not really interested in kind of what you guys bring to the table. So you haven't had like a full conversation with her. And Davo is definitely interested in being friends with literally all of your dinosaurs, but not very much.
Her name is Venya.
Venya, yes.
Okay.
Venya.
Venya.
And Davo.
Cool. Is there a way for me to do some sort of look around to see if there's any people or if I see anything rustling in the bushes again, or?
I'll say you can definitely, you can still see the bushes kind of rustling ahead of you. Your dinosaurs are able to track, which I'm going to say that would be a subtle check. I'm thinking that
Cool.
sounds right. We
Yeah.
agree? Okay, cool. So if any of them want to make a subtle check, I think Franz is good at tracking.
Am I?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yes, I am.
There you go. So if you want to roll, if each of you wants your dinosaurs to roll a subtle check, they're more than welcome to. Franz with advantage.
That's my tracking check, right?
Yes. So I'll say, so Scooby and Merc, you're kind of a little distracted, mostly distracted with the very poor landing you just made. So you're not really looking very well. However, Franz, you get a sniff of kind of a group of people. You're really able to kind of like track down where kind of a scent has been formed of like people moving back and forth. So you think that you could follow that pretty easily.
There is a scent here. I believe that we can follow it. It will take us to humans at least.
You're sure?
You're not entirely sure if they're humans.
Well, most likely humans. They are small and fleshy.
Oh,
Man of Lassie, okay.
all right. You lead the way.
I shall.
All right, and you let your humans know, or your humanoids know, where you're headed. And you guys start heading through the jungle, through the thick, dense forest. You keep moving through until you start to see what looks like some. Make me another subtle check, everybody.
Uh-oh.
As Dino?
Or
As Dino or as Ryder or as both, and you can add the two together.
Mine are the same.
Oh yeah, I'm super subtle, right? Yes, that's me.
total 6.
I am not subtle.
More.
Okay. So
I feel like I should
Um,
give them different accents. Like having two German accents is confusing even me.
well, so okay, so what did everybody get? Everybody give me
I had Alpha Boat,
4.
and I got total of 6.
4, 6.
I
Okay.
only rolled 1 though. I don't know if that makes a difference. I only rolled for the Dino.
It does make a difference, but you still failed. But kind of, you guys keep going. Franz has a really good scent for this particular tribe. You just don't really see anything until you're right on top of it. So you start to see in the trees these massive treehouse structures. And you start to notice these very small, maybe, I mean, they don't come up to Franz's very muscular hip. They're very, very tiny little alien creatures. So they're mostly short. Most of the people you see, what looks to be men, women, children, just all of them, just kind of these variations of like short, mostly stout, green skinned. They're in animal leathers, which cover most of their body. And yeah, they're just kind of moving around. They're just kind of enjoying their day. They don't really even notice you just yet. What do we want to do?
I'm playing a subtle character.
So, question: Did
Yes.
the dino? So, do we all see them now, like Ryder
Yes.
and Dino? Okay, obviously.
Exactly.
And how far away are we? Like, do they see us, or are they just going about and we're just kind of like off on the side?
They're just going about their business. They maybe kind of notice you like offhandedly, but they're just kind of like, oh, a dinosaur. They maybe don't notice the riders initially, but they notice your dinosaurs, and there are dinosaurs on this island. So they're not necessarily, and like on your trip to here, you've seen a couple of dinosaurs here or there, just wild though. So they just maybe don't necessarily see you just yet.
Tiger's gonna slide off Scooby. Yeah. And then just walk up, just slowly walk up. Not in being non-threatening, just walking up towards them.
Okay. So one of them that you kind of walk up to is she's a woman. She has, or woman-esque. She has a child on her hip, also blue, also very small, also ridiculously fat, like the babies with the big chunky like body parts that are just really big. She has that kind of baby on her hip, and she looks to be carrying a basket. And she's like, "Oh, hi."
Well, hi there, gorgeous. You wouldn't have happened to have seen another rider and a dino come through here?
Rider and a dino. I don't know. Maybe so. I think Father might have. He's the town. He's our leader, and he might have. But I don't think I did. I'm really busy. I mean, you see, I have so much going on.
I don't doubt it. Could you just point myself and my companions on the way to him, sir?
Yeah. He'd probably be in that big hut over there. And she's pointing to like this very large tree that has just one massive little tree house in it. And you can tell she's being ridiculously humble about the kind of homes they're in, because they're really beautifully constructed, but still kind of modest. Like they're all made out of like wood and straps and things like that. So
Thank you very much. Ready, Play, Go, who come in with a raid. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Raiders. We're just doing a little bit of fundraising for the channel, so welcome in. And it's Raven's first time DMing on stream. Ah!
Yes.
It is your first time DMing
okay.
on stream, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Never done this. Never in my life.
Killing it. I have to check, because, like, who would know? Who would know?
Phenomenal.
Stop it.
Excellent.
Okay, so you guys head towards the tree.
I'll wave him over. Come on. Let's get going.
Are we gonna get off of our dinosaurs here? Or are we gonna ride them up to this tent thing?
Oh, Shaggy's walking his sexy ass there. I rolled for sexy.
Beatrice is
Yes.
gonna get off of Merc and just kind of like trail him along then.
Perfect. And you do have to climb up a tree. So, I mean, you probably will want to get off your dinosaur.
Don't they have like an elevator or something? I cannot climb a tree in this suit. Do you know how much this suit costs? It's a very nice suit.
Oh, I've just come off here, done. I don't think this is gonna work either.
I know. Franz, please could you create a slope for us to climb?
I mean, he could, if you're asking me.
If it's viable, then Franz.
Absolutely, it's totally viable.
Yeah,
He will have to. All you have to do is roll me a action. And so for him, it's a D8.
Shaggy just climbing.
There are actually, okay. So Franz kind of comes up in a slope and is basically like, you guys ever do yoga? Basically, he's like puppy posing, where his like forearms are down, but his like butt is in the air. So that thing that puppies do. I don't know why I had to make it yoga. But he's doing that, and like he gets a cramp, or she gets a cramp in her little paw, in her foot. She gets a cramp in her foot. And the first person that goes up immediately slides down. So if that was you, Ferdinand, you immediately slide down.
It would be me, yes.
You get a little mud on your suit.
Oh. It's
Do
not
I
your
need to
fault.
And-
climbing it myself? Or is that
Yeah, there is a ladder that you could take.
exactly what I'm taking?
After watching the display and then realizing that there is a ladder, Beatrice will just kind of like quiet herself and put her compact in her pocket and start like heading up the ladder as well.
But then I have a bond with my dinosaur. I cannot ask them to degrade themselves and become a slope and then not use them. Ugh. As much as I love my
So
suit, I
you're
love my
gonna-
dinosaur more. So I will attempt to climb the dinosaur once more.
Okay, so you this time make me an action roll.
Oh boy, I'm even worse at that.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what it means to critically fail on something.
I believe I remember seeing Ursidice's exact ruling on it, and I believe the words were something like "punish them."
Punish them. Yes, crit fail. Parentheses. Punish them. So this is what's gonna happen. You try to climb up. You get maybe like halfway up there, and like there's a crowd forming. Like you have a ton of people watching you. And also maybe you try to show off. No, Franz tries to show off just a little bit, and maybe she accidentally flexes at the wrong moment. And instead of you sliding down, you fall over completely, and the entire back of your suit is completely covered in mud.
Well, it's ruined. I will never get this out of the stitching. Never mind. I will just find my way up the tree somehow. But I will, of course, give Franz lots of love. No, they did not let me down. It's okay. You know, everything's fine. Give them scritches under the neck where they need it. Yeah, that's right, where they like them, in the soft bit. And thank you very much, Kentucky Hawkeye, who donates to give an auto success to Beatrice. So to clarify, we each have an auto success. I should have used that. And also, we each have 2 advantages as well, including you, Raven. So if there's anything that you want to automatically succeed at, or anything like that, or if you just want to gift it to us at some point, if you're a kind and benevolent DM.
I probably will. So you guys are up in the tree. You're slowly kind of getting up there. It's pretty high. And kind of as you are looking down, you kind of see they have this really thriving metropolis that's happening in this forested setting. Like, there are people doing business. There are people like moving dinosaurs from across. So you can also kind of see that maybe the reason why they're up so high is so that they don't, like, the dinosaurs are also up high. So kind of like that idea that they're out of reach of big, tall creatures. And so you guys get up there, and at the top, you're met with 2 guards who are probably about half the size of you. And they're like, "Hey, stop! Hey, stop right there! What are you guys up to?"
We're looking for a couple of for a fellow coupling of Dino Rider. We were advised to come here to speak to the chief.
Well, he just doesn't talk to just anybody. I mean, who are you?
I'm Shaggy. That's Scooby down there. We have Ferdinand and Beatrice with Franz and Merc over there.
Do you know who they are? Nah, I don't know who they are. Who is this? Make for me a I'm gonna want you to make for me a bond check, because you kind of have to convince them to let you in to see their big leader boy.
Does the sexy trait apply?
If you want to make it sexy, you gotta make it sexy.
I'll make it sexy.
All right, make it sexy.
Can I burn it? I think I'll.
Suddenly, I'm not sure that you're making it sexy. I'm not sure what it is, but some little inclination.
I will use my advantages.
I just imagine you making like the most ostentatious, obnoxious, like winky faces and kissy motions, like being really, really bad at it.
You're still so bad at it. Okay, I need you to describe to me what you were doing, because you are failing.
Oh yeah. I think Shaggy tries a little flirt, but some of the mud that slipped off Ferdinand's back is on the floor. As he steps, he's wham.
Oh, sir. Oh, are you okay? And like one of them like goes to like help you up.
He must be providing a distraction. I will just walk past.
Okay,
Subtly.
Make me a subtle check. Okay, so that was a. Okay.
I can do subtle.
You are like the shadows. Like you slip by and they have no idea. So give me 1 second. So Scrat, that's like super success on that. Super failure on bond for Shaggy. Okay. So so they're helping Shaggy up. Ferdinand is stealthily kind of going into this tree hut. What is Beatrice doing?
Beatrice, I think at this point is also gonna try and stealth her way in, but
Okay.
leave Merc outside. She's just gonna go like kind of like pat him to stay, and then she's just gonna try and like sneak in also behind.
Yeah,
Ferdinand.
he's downstairs. He couldn't make it up
okay.
the tree. Tiny hands and all, like maybe couldn't make it up the ladder. Okay, so roll me a subtle check.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. So this is what happens. So one of them is going down to pick up to help Shaggy get up, and then Ferdinand just kind of like he's like the wind. He's Patrick swayzing past this particular person, these guards, and then you tried to start slipping by, and one of them just kind of like grabs your arm and is like, "Ma'am, you can't go in there."
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I saw somebody I knew. I was just trying to peek in, double check, make sure everything was good. I haven't seen them in a while, so it just caught me off guard. I'm so sorry. Do you think I could maybe go in and check just for a quick second? It'll just take me nothing but a moment, dear.
Oh, who do you know?
That guy.
Make me a hold on, I'm trying to see. I'll say make me another subtle check.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna auto crit this. I'm
Okay.
gonna auto success this.
Auto
Okay,
success,
that's okay.
not critical.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, which is perfect. So you point over there and like you start waving to that person, and they start doing that thing where they're like, "Do I know them?" And they're and the guy, the person at the door is like, "Oh, you know Steve?"
Yes, Steve. That's his name. Sometimes these things just pass in the wind.
Isn't he? I mean, I sometimes forget his name. I mean,
Who could blame you, honey? He looks
I
like
mean-
100 other people.
I know he's like a blank page. Am I right? But he's actually really nice. Really good guy.
I can't forget
Really
it.
good.
You never forget it.
You never. I mean, you do, but then you also don't.
Right.
So what was your name?
My name, my dear, is Beatrice. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm Todd. And it's really nice to meet you. Maybe, I mean, Steve makes some killer brownies. So, I mean, there's a potluck later if you guys want to come.
Shaggy,
Oh,
I was just thinking, brownies. Nope, bad idea.
Okay. Beatrice, are you going to go in?
yes.
And are you going to leave Shaggy outside?
I'm gonna grab Shaggy's arm and just be like, he's with me. I don't want to really leave him outside. He's not too good with people. He'll just kind of get lost. You don't want that. So he can come with me, right?
Yeah. That's totally fine. You might want to get his eye checked out. It kept doing this weird twitch thing at us. We were very confused, and then he fell. I think he might be concussed. We're very concerned.
Oh, well, thank you for letting me know. I will definitely get him checked out. Don't you worry about that, sugar.
All right, I appreciate it. Have a good time. And then again, I got potato salad for that potluck. But yeah, you guys go in. Let's cut to before that, because Ferdinand was already in. So you're in there. You are shadows. When you get in there, what you see is there is a round table kind of in the middle. And there is a portly, older man, pockmarked skin, very wrinkled, but still green and small. And he's kind of like your idea of your cute old grandpa, but then also if your grandpa was an alien. So he's sitting there and he looks to be writing with some sort of writing utensil. There's Steve, who has his hair kind of slicked back. He's pretty cool, but he's also kind of forgettable. He seems nice, but maybe you just don't even realize he's there at first. And then aside from that, those are the only people in the room.
I would like to find a spot where I can subtly eavesdrop.
Okay. There's probably some windows and there's probably some window treatments. So make me a subtlety check. I love that this is like the only thing you're gonna do.
I'm trying very hard to be subtle.
So subtle. You're just the most subtle.
I'm going to burn an advantage on this one if you don't mind.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh shit.
Ooh, okay. So you are the wind as you come in here, and then you go behind these curtains. I'm guessing. You tell me what happened then.
Well, I go behind the curtains, and I go to lean against the window for, to emphasize that I am not there by just leaning back against it, looking to lean against the pane of glass. But this is an alien. This is an alien planet, and they don't actually have glass here. So I just go tumbling straight out the window.
That's exactly what you do. It's pretty high up. Is there anything you want to do? I mean, it'll take a second for you to even like get to the ground. So is there anything you want to do? Like, do you want to see if Franz notices?
If there's anything I could, well, maybe Franz might notice. Also, I imagine Ferdinand would be flailing and trying to grab anything. Trying not to scream though, because he's very subtle.
So he's so subtle. Okay, so I would like for Franz to roll me. I'm gonna have you roll a bond. I'm gonna see how strong your bond is, and see how that's gonna go. Is it really?
It did. It just started crackling, just right now.
Ah.
Well, these are both D8s. So that'll be the bond, I guess. And then,
Okay.
what did you want me to roll as well? An action for?
Yes, for Ferdinand.
Oh dear. Oh yes. Oh dear.
Okay, so Franz got a 6, and then you got a 2.
Yes.
So, I will say that Franz notices that you are falling, and if she rolls an action, she could potentially get to you in time and try to catch you. You, however, are like grasping at like anything, like tree branches and stuff, and they all just kind of fall through your grasp.
I was not cut out for this. I never wanted to be a space raider. I wanted to be a lumberjack.
And as you're falling, there are people now like at the window actively watching you fall, which I need to write down. Here.
Why is this crowd just following me?
It's a different crowd. You're making a name for yourself just everywhere.
Perhaps I can subtly turn this to my advantage.
Subtly, potentially. Okay, so let's have Franz do a action check. See if she can catch you.
She has got a D8 for everything. Oh. I will use an advantage. We're getting towards the end of the stream. I might as well burn them whilst I've got them.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay. There
And
you
by
go.
that I mean the 12-hour stream, not your section.
Right. So she catches you. Does she do anything special when she catches you?
I think it's like the Superman scene when Lois is falling from the building, and we all know that simple physics say that when Lois hits Superman's arms, she should be cut into 3 pieces. It's joked about, but because of the pseudoscience of this place, that doesn't happen, and her amazing arms are very comfortable.
Yes. Her muscles cradle you gently, but you're back on the main floor, or the bottom of the forest. So you're kind of hanging out down there, and we'll go back to Shaggy and Beatrice. So you guys are in the room. You have made it known that you are here for Steve, but you actually want to go talk to that little grandpa chief. So what are you doing?
I'm just gonna walk up right to the chief.
Okay. He's like just writing.
Oh, hello there. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just got a real quick question. We're looking for a dino and its rider. You know, iguanosaur, orange, really fluorescent. Rider's bold, blue skin.
Oh yeah. She was here not too long ago. She was looking for the easiest way to get to the volcano. I told her it was a bad idea, but I mean, she was very adamant. She was also kind of mean. She wasn't very nice.
Yeah, she's a difficult one there, but you said a volcano?
Yeah. So she was trying to get to the volcano.
And where might this volcano be?
Um,
We're not traditionally from around here, so
Yeah. I mean, I can give you directions. It's that big thing that is kind of directly in front of you. From basically almost every direction except for when you put your back to it, basically. But what you're gonna want to do is go straight through the jungle. There's like a little path that you can follow that we usually take to get there because I mean, sometimes it's a vacation spot. You go there, go on that path until you reach a clearing. You go left at the clearing. You pass the giant bird nest, and you continue straight for like a mile or two. And when you've reached the large pile of bones, you've gone too far.
all right, that is quite a list of directions. Very precise. I appreciate that greatly. What's your writing there, if you don't mind me asking?
Just some orders. Gotta take care of the place. Yeah. That's basically it. Shipping some dinos out of here soon, so.
All right. Well, I appreciate you for your time again. We'll see you around.
All right. See ya. Yeah. What was your name?
My name's Beatrice.
Beatrice. It was very nice to meet you. That lady did not give me her name. Isn't that so rude?
The nerve of some people. And by names, come over here, Shaggy. This is Shaggy. This is my friend.
Hello there.
Shaggy. Nice to meet you, Shaggy.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm Gunther. And so if you guys need anything from me at all, if you guys come back through and you need somewhere to stay, just let me know. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be heading out and we'll stop back for whatever it is we need if we do need anything.
Okay. We are having a potluck later. You guys are welcome to join.
We heard. We'll definitely try to make it.
Okay, cool. That's later tonight. Very late tonight, okay? All right. Take care now. I got a lot of business. Get out.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Walk in. On it comes. Ferdinand, where the hell are you?
I am well.
Are you sure?
Yes. I had
Yeah.
some business to take care of. There are certain laws that must be obeyed,
Like what? You haven't broken one around here already, have you?
No, I very much obeyed the law. It was
Which
Newton's
law?
second law.
You didn't. Oh.
And Shaggy, you'll see there's you didn't notice him at first, but there is a Steve over by the window, just kind of like.
I look down.
Hello.
And you will see a Ferdinand in the loving arms of his dinosaur. It's quite special, quite a beautiful moment between the two of them.
I just tip my head. I walk back to the ladder and start climbing down the ladder.
And I will also follow suit of climbing down the ladder.
Okay. Ready. So you guys climb down the ladder. You meet back up with your dinosaurs. Your dinosaurs, for the most part, while you guys are up there, they're just kind of like hanging out, grazing, except for Franz, who is going crazy, trying to catch her owner. But is there anybody that anything you guys want to do with your dinosaurs while you guys were upstairs and while you're coming back down? They could do literally anything.
Yep. Was Shagan just using his tower just to double check his laser cannons? Because in this system, the dinos have laser cannons, people.
They do have laser cannons. It's great. It's
Thank
wonderful.
you very much, Pumpkin, who gives me 3 more advantages because clearly I need them.
Oh, yay! Wait, you're so subtle. You subtly.
So subtle.
Yes. So kind of check the cannons, kind of check out kind of their calibration. They seem fine. You haven't had to use them in a really long time, and probably while you were in Helios before you went on this mission, you got them checked out, and they're all good in Voyage. They made it. What about Merc?
Merc is like looking at his arms and then like holding them out and putting them back in, and then attempts to like go down and do one of those dino burpees that Franz was doing. And just attempts to like feel what it would be like to do a burpee as a raptor.
Make me an action roll.
Worth it.
So worth it. I love it.
Oh, I have a 10 too.
So actiony. Action packed.
Oh,
Do a beautiful burpee. Like, I think that Franz might even see it, and it rivals Franz's burpee.
Merc is just gonna rise up from the one complete burpee and just like awkwardly wink, and then just like kind of bop around, just like stand around, very, very happy with his one completed burpee.
Well done. Franz now loves you.
They're also bonded. Now, Franz can get sexy if Franz wants to.
She may do.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are all back downstairs, back down from the tree. You can mount up on your dinos and get them moving.
Yep.
All right. And so the first kind of way that you have to go is you find the trail that they're specifically speaking of, and you guys start to follow it. And it takes you kind of a moment to get through until the clearing. And then when you reach the clearing, you start to kind of look around. There are quite a few ways to get the directions to go through this clearing. So you're not entirely sure which way, but you do know from what Gunther told you that there is a large bird's nest that you'd have to pass in order to get there. So you just have to track it down. So
I think before we get going, like, Franz is going to approach Merc as they're finishing their burpees and drop Ferdinand. And go, oh no, I dropped my human. Pick them up.
Please tell me that you're successfully bending and snapping in front of
Totally. Okay, I'm gonna make you roll for this. I'm like, you gotta make it sexy. So, can you roll a bond for me?
I can't roll a bond. I'm definitely using an advantage as well. No, hell, I'm using my auto success. I'm succeeding here. We both want this. We both want this.
Go on, Liz, come on.
Dino love, Dino love. This is what I came here for.
How does Merc react?
Merc is a very like orange and brown type of dinosaur, but you see his cheeks flush up, be red, and you see him like smile really, really wide, so you can see his snaggled tooth pop out, and he just kind of like, his eyes get really big, and he just like nudges into like just look at like be closer, just like physically be closer to Franz, and then just kind of like sighs really like lovingly and just kind of like
she's gonna get bravey
back.
I noticed that you missed did not skip arm day.
You know, it's important to not skip arm day, so I don't skip it.
Appraisal. I can tell.
I think at this point did the riders get back on top of the dinos yet, or are they still just dinoing it?
We could say this is before they get back on.
Although Ferdinand is currently being held kind of awkwardly between this exchange.
Okay, Mark is gonna look beyond and just be like, I'm gonna go get my rider, and then as he's like walking away, like flexing his arms as he like walks, like a triumphant walk, he just like flexes every time he walks to go meet up with wherever Beatrice is at the moment, and just like looks back as he's walking.
Oh, yeah. As you look back, call me.
I suppose Skippy just kind of looks at his own very fat one and goes, "Things up. I can't do that."
And like probably another dinosaur, as you know, like a couple of dinosaurs are coming across, and probably another raptor comes by and is like odd, and just like keeps going, just is like, I don't know what's happening here, and I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel anymore. Especially with the human in your arms, he's like, is this what I have to look forward to? Let's talk. So anything you guys want to do before we leave?
Just really quickly, is there anything interesting looking, like any tools, anything that might look of use on this jungle trip?
I'll say a lot of what is there is slightly, the only good word that I have for it is primitive, especially because you have lasers on your back, and you're really good at shopping. So Beatrice has like a lot of what she would potentially need.
Okay.
But you can make a roll for me if you'd like.
No, like if everything seems pretty primitive and there's no like obvious maps or like books, like interesting tomes or anything laying around, then she wouldn't have really any interest in it.
Okay, I will say that while some of the papers that were on Gunther's like desk were map-esque, like maybe that's what he's been working on, and you had a chance to kind of like look it over while you were up there, and you kind of can see kind of what he was talking about the route.
Cool.
So you kind of have a better understanding of what that is, kind of retroactively deciding that, like,
perfect. Yeah.
Lower. So like I was saying before, you kind of get to this clearing from the trail, and there are a couple ways that you can go. You know, you're looking for a big bird's nest. And you know that once you make that turn, you're going to end up finding it. So if any of your dinosaurs want to make a tracking check, or if Beatrice, I'll let you do I'll let you do like an action check to see if you remember which way to go. I'm thinking that would be kind of the best way to do that. There's not really like a perception check, which is unfortunate. It's not really. It works out. You have absolutely no idea where you are. You kind of forget why you're here a little bit. This is what happens. So are you on Merc?
By this point, yeah.
Okay. While you're on Merc, you guys start kind of like heading into this clearing, and this clearing looks like it's been cleared out by a very large animal. Like it wasn't a humanoid made, alien made kind of structure or circle or crop circle, I guess, because they're aliens. It's basically seems like it could be like one very large footprint, and there's a lot of mud. There's a lot of mud in this area. So kind of as you're like going forward, your raptor kind of like has some trouble getting through, especially with your heavy weight. And you kind of slip off the back a little bit and land in the mud.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Beatrice is just gonna get up and kind of dust it all off and look over to Ferdinand and being like, so it looks like both of us are gonna have to deal with this all muddy.
Yes, it's not ideal, but I think the dinosaurs are at least enjoying themselves. I wonder, it looks like maybe Franz has caught a scent.
Okay.
Franz, tracking? Franz?
Yes. Franz tracking, roll me with advantage. Okay. Franz tracks. Franz does good at tracking. I'm trying to figure out. I guess that's an action. Sure. Okay. So Franz begins to smell kind of what she has known to be bird, because you've given her an idea, like, okay, this is kind of where we're going. He says we need to pass by a large bird's nest, and so she gets the idea, and you guys start going towards that area. And then so you guys in the clearing start to make a kind of like veer left slightly. And as you get closer, you start to hear like a tweet, 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 tweet. And then you go a little bit closer, but the tweeting just gets like slightly louder and slightly louder. And it feels like it should be just right on top of you, but you haven't reached it yet. And so you just hear a tweet, 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 tweet.
Check is gonna try and have a look around, trying to see what is happening.
Okay, Shaggy, make me an action check. See if you see.
I get D10 for that one. 7.
Okay. You don't see anything specifically like a nest or anything just yet, or the source of the tweet, but you do see a bright kind of shiny green, like iridescent green, kind of to the side. And if you and Scooby get slightly closer, you start to notice that it's actually really long. And you start to notice that it's a very large feather that spans the width of maybe 100 feet. It's very big. Very, very big bird. Feather.
Oh, we got big birds. We got big birds. We got a big birdie. We got a big birdie, people!
Tweet, 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 tweet.
And I look up.
And when you look up, you don't see directly above you, but slightly in front of you, you see a very, very large bird's nest. Very large.
I see the rest. Yeah, I think we may want to move quietly because that's gotta be a really, really big birdie.
Tweet, tweet,
No.
tweet, tweet.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so you guys want to move subtly?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna have you roll for your character, or your rider, and your dinosaur.
Okay, so Dino, 3, Rider, 8.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Alex the Great, for that Patreon pledge. Thank you.
Okay.
Is the dinosaur rolling or the human rolling?
Both.
I can do that.
Beatrice and Mark
Beatrice-
like the night.
Actually, I'm going to use an advantage.
Okay.
I've got him, so I might as well use him, you know.
Yep. Smoke them while you got them.
Okay, so still France is not the thing. I'm going to use this advantage before I even rolled it. Doesn't matter. Okay, cool. We are not very subtle.
Well, Beatrice and Merc kind of end up getting ahead. They are moving very quietly, very stealthily. They are the knight. They're very well bonded in this moment, and very stealthy together. However, so because you rolled so poorly, Ferdinand, what does Ferdinand and Franz do?
I think that they are perhaps bickering.
Okay.
You dropped me in the mud. Franz, pay attention. Franz, you dropped me in the mud. And she's just like, "Ah!"
And when you do that, you hear a rather loud whoosh, whoosh. And it's not coming from the nest. The nest, you just hear like more frantic, like tweak, squawk, squawk, squawk. Like they're like frantic up there. Like you hear a couple of like different tweets. But you start to hear like the whooshing sounds of potentially mama. So what do we want to do?
Keep moving really quietly.
Really quietly?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll say Beatrice and Merc, you guys did so well that you guys are ahead. You're totally fine. But Ferdinand and Franz and then Shaggy and Scooby, you guys have to roll again. And she knows where you are, so it might be slightly harder for this to go down.
Again, I'm going to use my advantage for Franz and hope that Ferdinand can just...
I will use my advantage for Scooby. 26.
Okay.
Just me and Franz! Look at the garage!
Damn it, that's the total of 10.
I got a total of 18 because we both critted!
Okay. So, y'all are killing it. I will say that Franz and Ferdinand and Beatrice and Merc rolled well enough so that kind of Shaggy and Scooby are a little bit better hidden. Like maybe they're over there like kind of directing you and helping you get to where you're supposed to be. It's still a failure for both, but the bird, like I'll say you guys kind of find some like covering unless you guys have something specific that you want to do, especially since Ferdinand and Franz just kind of like stealthily like barrel rolled into something. I don't know. Like they disappeared into shadows.
What happened, I think you'll find, is we heard the big woof of the wings, and we went into stealth mode, which in this instance, seeing as we are in a woodland area, would be we are imitating a tree together. We are very good. We are like one of them silhouette people behind the blankets. So we look just like a tree.
You are the treeest. You are tree. And then And Merc also got basically a crit. So what do you guys want to do?
It's terrific.
Oh,
Stop.
I love it so
You're
much. I love it.
unblockable.
Dad puns always. I think Merc, like Beatrice, when she's on Merc, just kind of like trusts in the instincts of the dinosaur more so than her tracking skills. So she just kind of like lays back and lays like very low to Merc and starts just like petting him and being really cute. And Merc kind of like slumps himself over to like a big rock or something, like this big like dirt pile that he can kind of like camouflage himself in. And since she's already covered in mud, he just kind of like slams her into this pile of dirt and rubble to like blend in and just get like continually covered in more mud. So they just kind of like blend in and go really slowly.
That's perfect.
Can
Okay.
Can I add in that Franz and Ferdinand they remove the trunk from the tree because they're preparing an ambush?
Get out. Get out of my game. Gosh. Ugh. That was good. That was great. And then Shaggy and Scooby, what are you doing while these people have been hiding themselves as puns?
Oh, Scooby, Scooby's trying to do a little tiptoe thing, but Stickers don't have that. So, as well as Shaggy is gripping his gun, and he's freaking out, man.
And so while you guys are doing this, the bird kind of like, you see this big, beautiful bird, 200-foot wingspan. I mean, like huge. She's absolutely like shimmering, and it's almost like she's glowing, especially as the sun kind of like the major sun that's kind of like directly over this this planet. And so you can only see the silhouette and like her beautiful green feathers. And she kind of like comes down low, but she kind of bypasses where you are, Shaggy and Scooby, and is kind of looking where like Ferdinand and Franz were. And then she, hearing the squawk, squawk, like, I don't know why I'm Psyduck, but like, she goes like directly up into back up to her nest, and she starts like checking on her little chicks. And since they're there now, they're like tweet 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 tweet, like they're comforted by her. And you guys are kind of free to like skedaddle, move very quickly.
Quickly, let's leave.
This is my
I'm sorry, but all the time I am punning like a tree. I cannot avoid the low-hanging fruit.
You're such a sap.
I'm done. I'm done here. We're done.
Perhaps I can spruce up this commentary a little. Sorry, I had to. It's the last one. That's all I got. That's
We
all I
need to
got.
switch this up. We need to switch this.
The bird swoops down, hearing your puns, and kills all of you.
PK, yay!
I dino believe
TPK
it.
or tree PK?
Top.
Oh my god.
Anyways, we are moving forward. And so you guys start heading towards the volcano. I can't get over all of what just happened. You keep moving forward, and kind of as you do, like kind of peeking above the tree line, kind of above you, it's starting to get a little bit lower, and you can see the top of a dormant volcano. It's a very large mountain. The rock on it is completely black. And then like it's kind of like the top is kind of covered with grass. It's very beautiful. I mean, kind of reminds you of like you could see why maybe somebody would go vacation here. But then also there was that giant bird before, and you're like, no, I don't understand it. So you guys keep going forward, And as you approach, do you guys as you approach, everybody make me a action check to see what you see.
For both us and the dino?
Yes, you can do both you and the dino.
Okay. I get 14 total.
Okay. If you're helping each other too, like it'll all work out. Okay. So
There's a total of 4. Neither of us passed.
no. You are just so pleased with your tree that you just completely miss what everybody else sees, which is the opening as like you come through the tree line, the opening of a cave. And at the base of the cave, you kind of notice like very large, almost all of you would notice that they are, except for Franz and Ferdinand, you would notice that they're dinosaur bones, basically, or large creature bones, kind of like piled up around the opening of this cave. And you start to, you can start to approach if you would like. I'll say, I think that, did Beatrice and Merc, did you crit?
Yeah, I got a 15 out of 16.
Okay, so not 100% a crit. So you guys, you see the bones, you hear some like large being shuffling, and you can almost kind of make out it going. What are you gonna do?
Does anybody else hear that? Am I the only one who hears that weird kissing sound?
Am I hearing that?
Yes, you two hear that. Ferdinand and Franz hears nothing.
I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. Ooh, damn, that was a big bird.
I do not hear anything. Quite the contrary.
Can I go investigate it? Can I go like closer to it? Or like where is it coming from in my peripheral? Like straight in front or above?
It is coming straight in front. You determine that it is coming from the inside of the cave. And this is it's been probably maybe 20 minutes of walking. You hadn't heard like the bird kind of swoop overhead. So you don't necessarily think that it's the bird, especially, it's not making bird noises. It is going.
Hey, Ferdinand, do you want to take Franz and sneak in, maybe?
I do not know. Franz is somewhat looking at Merc an awful lot.
Scooby told me.
It's very strange. I was in the middle of that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps I leave Franz back here, for they are not the most subtle. I am, of course, much more subtle, as I have proven many times today. And I will walk forwards, perhaps, and have a little listen.
Okay. Make me a subtlety check. Is it just you, or are you taking Franz?
Just Ferdinand.
Okay.
He's not subtle.
Okay. And I'll say, because you fail, what ends up happening, and you can correct me if I'm not doing this right, but you freeze in space. And you, I'm basically trying to do the umbrella thing. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I just got a lot of time thinking about it.
No, that's fair. Like the umbrellas, you can do whatever you like with those, you know.
Is it like an actual umbrella?
If it wanted to be, it could be whatever you like. You could just use the effect.
What about those?
Okay. You start to like move up towards the to the opening of the cave. and you end up stepping right on a branch, and you feel so much shame in this, the only thing that you know that you are good at, and like you hear in the cave like a boom, and you immediately turn into a statue, and you're just gonna hang out there for a little bit. And you
Wait. Was that Ferdinand and Franz, or one or the other?
just Ferdinand. Just Ferdinand.
Okay.
Yes. I'll say like you're basically like you are so unhappy with what just happened. You cannot physically move.
I petrify myself.
You basically petrify yourself.
Yeah.
And you guys start to hear like a lot of like shifting coming from the cave. And you're, oh, sorry if that was loud. And then you kind of hear like a soft like, pain. That was pain. I don't know if.
Okay.
I don't know. Ow.
No,
Ow,
pain. Pain. 100% pain.
Yeah, of course.
It's 100% pain. So there. All right. That's what you hear from the thing. What else is everybody else doing?
Come up.
That's what I get for trying to make like a graceful character and trying to make them be in pain.
I thought that was glorious, Raven.
Graceful.
Oh no, it hurts. Go on.
I think Shaggy's. You stuff the other. Shaggy is gonna try and slip up to Ferdinand's frozen form and try and drag him back.
If I can help with that, I'll help.
Yeah. You guys can help. So make me a action check.
Action check. Okay.
Action.
I will burn my last advantage on that one
Okay.
for 9.
Good.
Fair.
Okay. So you guys successfully pull him back. And you get him past like the tree line. Are you guys trying to like hide behind the tree line?
I think at the moment, yes.
Okay. Do you guys want to be like try to stealth?
Yes.
Why not?
Okay. Go ahead and stealth or make a subtle check for everybody in the dinosaur. So even Franz. Okay. So as you guys are kind of coming back into the tree line, out of this cave appears a very large, like a gigantic ape. It's about the size of the largest skyscraper in the inner helix that you've ever seen. This huge monster. And in one hand, you see a blue, bald woman. And in the other hand, you see a bright orange, I forgot what kind of dinosaur it was, iguanodon. A bright orange, very thin, and they're shouting to, like shouting in pain, which I'm not going to describe for you now, ever again.
And it was glorious.
And he like this ape is just coming out and like his eyes are completely black, or their eyes are completely black, and their hands are the size of buses. They're huge, and like just kind of like clumsily, just kind of like throwing around these two people, this dinosaur and this woman. So I'll say that it sees you, it knows that you're there, and it is rushing towards you. So what are we doing?
I was gonna ask, do all the dinosaurs have lasers?
Every dinosaur has a laser.
Yep. Both Shaggy and Scooby start opening fire. Yes, I opens fire.
Okay, so you start opening fire. Make me an action check.
For both?
Yes, for both.
Chat
I'll say
is
that.
asking. Chat is
What,
asking
what?
a very, very important question. Does the new dino look like it skips arm day?
The new dino 100% looks like it skips arm day. Very thin. Very small dino. Very thin. So go ahead and make that roll. You're basically doing working the laser cannons together. Okay, perfect. So describe what it looks like when you hit this ape successfully.
Well, it's a pretty practice routine with Shaggy and Scooby being bounty hunter. It's more of a Shaggy is doing the pinpoint, trying to hit vulnerable areas, whereas Scooby's cannons are just beams of just.
Yeah, just do.
Yep. Heavy caliber.
Okay. Perfect. He definitely like takes a couple to like the chest and like maybe one to the neck. And you can kind of see he like starts to waver, but then he just gets more angry and it looks like he's starting to kind of like clutch Venya and Davo a little bit. You hear them scream a little bit more. Who's next?
I think seeing that, Beatrice and Merc would like follow suit, like follow up, especially after seeing like them in distress being held by this giant ape. Beatrice would be like, "Oh my sugar," and then like go in and blast off the lasers from Merc.
Okay, do it. Roll me some action. You can roll me action with both of them added together.
Okay.
And yes.
Crap. Do I have? We have to say advantage beforehand, so never mind.
I haven't been doing it like this entire time. So if you have advantage, you can do it. If not, I'll gift you advantage because I haven't used any of it.
Okay.
Ray
I'll
still has
roll
two advantages.
Yeah, I'll roll advantage
use
for both of them again. Actually,
Okay.
let's just do it all at once.
Burn them all.
Okay, better, an improvement.
Okay. So you do kind of slightly still miss your target. It kind of gets really close to Davo, and Davo lets out like a shriek, and Merc can understand the shriek as like, dude, what the hell?
I'm sorry, buddy.
So that is your turn. And so Ferdinand, we can bring it to you, or Franz, whatever you guys want to do.
Well, Ferdinand is currently statued. You've got a little Franz will notice that they are statued, and they go to start firing their lasers, but it's just not the same. So they're gonna go over to Ferdinand and try and just like lick their face.
Oh, sweet. Do I sound better?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Roll me a bond, and I'll give you my advantage.
Thank you. Welp.
Jeez.
Thank you very much, Sphinx Roll, for that sub.
Okay, so really what ends up happening is Franz's large tongue just kind of drags itself over your petrified face. And I mean, if you weren't a statue right now, you might kind of drown in the drool that's kind of surrounding your body. So you're still petrified for now. You can retry maybe next time.
Petrified and horrified now. Got it.
Yes. And now it's our monkey's turn. And so what the monkey is going to do is it's going to see a bone just kind of on the ground, and he doesn't want to drop his buddies, his best friends. And he's going to kick it towards the group in total. And so I'm going to have him roll with the stats of a T-Rex. So that's a D12. Okay. And it completely, he just ends up stubbing his toe, and you guys hear the loudest shriek of pain that you've ever heard. And it just kind of like the trees shake with like birds flying out of them, and the ground kind of shakes a little bit with just the sheer tremor of his voice. But you guys don't get hit by a bone. You don't get boned. So Shaggy Scooby will go with you next, since you went first.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of try and keep up this rate of fire, but Shaggy's gonna sort of start moving, start moving, getting closer to me.
Okay, it's gonna get closer. Is that what he's gonna do for his turn, or do you want to still attack?
Yeah, they both. He's kind of firing while moving.
Okay, perfect. Well, roll me some action, buddy.
For both, because they're both firing. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh! You still have an auto success. It's too late now, but you should know.
Take the double ones, please.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
My
this is
gift
bad.
to you.
So I will take that graciously. So you start to move forward, and your dino is following along with you. And all of a sudden, this light shines down on you. And all of a sudden, your guns just immediately stop working. They just stop working. Like some heavenly being from above is illuminating you and saying, "Not today, buddy. Not today."
Damn you, goddess!
Yeah, exactly. Your galaxy goddess is angry. That was good action. So with that, your guns don't work. You can maybe try to get them to work next turn. Next up is Beatrice and Merc.
All right, so seeing all the travesty, Beatrice is going to, if she was a barbarian, she would rage, but she's going to yell out. She's going to like yee-haw really loud, which I'm not going to try to attempt to do just because I'm just not. So she'll let out a big yee-haw, and she's going to try to move while firing and try to shoot at the kneecap, specifically the kneecap area, the leg area of this big monkey man.
Big monkey man. All right, roll me that beautiful bean footage.
All right. So we're doing action?
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
So you aim for the kneecap. You still kind of slightly miss. You are basically just shooting kind of just right off. It's like something is just kind of like pulling your trigger over to the side. Maybe it's when you went to Helios and you got your guns fixed and double checked and cleaned. Maybe they messed it up somehow. Maybe we'll try again next time. All right. Franz, what are you doing?
Franz is going to lick Ferdinand's face again, but then for just a moment, she turns to look at the ape to appraise it. Does it have a tail?
Oh, fuck, I don't know if apes have tails. Now I have to look up a picture of an ape.
I'm 100% referencing Dragon Ball.
Oh! No, it doesn't.
Okay, cool. And then I will lick Ferdinand's face.
Okay. Bond me.
Oh, bond you. Oh.
Roll a bond.
So soon. Hey!
Hey, you did it!
Yay!
Your body becomes unrigid, and you come back to consciousness covered in slobber.
Oh, 9!
And I'll let you, if you want to kind of shoot at this ape, you are more than welcome to, now that you're out and about. But you're rolling separately.
I will mount Franz
All right.
and fire.
Okay. Fire.
Fire
You
in my
just rolled a
laser.
1, though.
Did I what?
You only roll 1 dice this time.
Oh, okay. And is that an action dice from Ferdinand?
Yes.
Oh,
Action
dear.
dice from... And
Oh boy.
I'll say you just barely graze the side of Venya's arm, and you hear her like shriek in pain. She'll remember that.
I never liked her anyway.
Nobody does. Perfect. All right, it's time for our monkey friend to do his monkey stuff. He's getting really annoyed with these 2 things in his hand. So he's going to just kind of like let Davo roll out of his big ape hand, which is like really close to kind of the ground already. But he'll keep Venya in his hand because she's pretty. And he will pick up a bone and he will throw it at... I'll say he'll specifically throw it at Beatrice, since she yeehawed. She yeed her last haw. And we'll see how...
She hide.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
And
I die.
you... no, you
I
did
get
not.
boned to death. Okay.
So I will say that
I don't want to die.
you're not dead. You're not dead. He can't one-shot you just yet. So he throws this like, I don't know. I'll say like it's almost like a wishbone, kind of like rounded bone, and he takes it and he throws it, and it kind of like catches you, and like you just kind of like fly backwards.
Oh my god!
And you hit a tree, and it hurts like a bitch. And so, like a bitch. So you are technically hurt bad. I think I'm supposed to do something with the cards. I'll say you're just hurt bad.
Okay. Am I like impaled on this tree, or am I just like knocked against it?
You are thrown against it, and the bone is on top of you, and it's pretty heavy, but it's not sharp, and it was kind of big, like a big horseshoe. So you could get.
I just want to make sure I wasn't impaled.
Absolutely not. You are
Cool.
not impaled. Hurt
Cool.
bad. You maybe have like a broken rib or 2.
Ow!
And then that'll bring us to Shaggy and Scooby.
I had a idea.
Okay.
As we've these dinosaurs, of course, blast off and fly through space. Could Scooby angle his blast off so he literally is firing himself at the ape? Literally, bodily wham.
Going front ways, or like the flames that kind of like jut out the back?
Yeah, just kind of literally just slamming bodily into him using the blast off.
Okay. I will allow it. You might take a little bit of damage, because you're kind of hurting yourself if you roll poorly. But
Yep.
if you're blasting off, you get advantage.
And I believe that we're using action.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Okay. This is what's going to happen. You blast off. You didn't fail, like crit fail, so you're not going to take any damage. But you blast off and you kind of like get up a little bit and it's kind of awkward and clunky. And then you shoot forward and he will, you kind of like collide in with his body, but it's not enough to like knock him down or cause him really any pain. And like his empty arm that did have the wishbone in it is just kind of like laying there, and you fall into it. You fall beautifully just into that little crevice of his arm, like a little baby. Like this is Coco, and you're the kitten. So that's what's happening.
Okay.
That's cute.
And Shaggy is going to run to be underneath the other hand.
Okay, so you're directly under the other hand.
Yep.
Okay. Is that it?
His gun's now inert, so
I mean, you can try to fix it if you'd like.
yeah, sure. I'll try and fix it.
All right. I think I would say that would be like a hacking potentially. So let's make that just an action and we'll see if you can fix it. You don't. You make it worse, actually. You drop it and just mud gets everywhere, gets into all of the crevices, and it is worse. And with that, it is now time for Beatrice and Mark.
Okay, so can Merc shoot the lasers without Beatrice as a rider?
Yeah, I'll say so. Very
Okay, then
intelligent.
he's just gonna discard the fact that he'll look back to make sure that she's not dead, and as soon as he notices that she's not dead, like just go and join in like wherever Scooby and Shaggy are, like underneath the arm, like go around and face them to potentially I see what he's doing, like Merc sees what he's doing, so I'm gonna try and shoot up at the arm.
Okay, do it.
Okay, so this is just for Merc.
Yes, and that would be an action.
Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one of my my auto success. I'll give you my auto success because I like this idea. And so with the two of you there, you shoot up and you hit directly like at his like wrist, not necessarily like his hand, because you knew that would hurt.
Like his arm part, like right here.
Yeah, exactly. And so he immediately drops Venya, and she begins to fall. But she's not gonna land just yet, and it's Ferdinand and Franz's turn.
We fire the lasers!
Fire the lasers.
Apparently I've gone French.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Nein, leider nicht. Wir going back to Deutsch. And we will fire the lasers. No, we will not. There are no lasers to be fired here whatsoever.
You as well. There is something in this humidity.
Wow.
And this area. I'll let you guys know. You guys have collectively hit this ape twice now. Twice.
Only
so
twice.
That's nice. But yes, your guns are no longer working. And I'll say the one on the back of Franz starts to get like really hot, and it kind of like starts to smoke up a little bit.
Franz, was ist los? Why are your feet moving around like that? It's like they have no rhythm. Do you feel guilty?
Lord.
Scrat. Love you, Scrat.
These shots are a little careless.
Stop. You must stop. Okay. And with that, with both of your guns no longer working, we'll move on to the ape. Who his pretty girlfriend is now falling to the ground. And he's really mad. And this like weird dinosaur is in his arms. So I think what he's probably gonna do is try to kind of throw Scooby off of him. Just kind of like fling. It's just a fling, you know. No big deal.
He's
Just
not
a
going to
fling,
use
they
it.
said, and then they got thrown. It's just a crush, they said, and they got crushed.
No, and he tries to like fling, and he just like moves his arm, and then like Scooby just kind of comes to the ground. He's kind of like there right next to Davo, who took a much longer fall, and so Davo is just there like, owie, ow. And Scooby is now right there beside Davo.
And
It worked out perfectly.
so yeah, Scooby was going, "I'll be back here, buddy." Yeah, and gonna charge back in with teeth. Goes well.
Okay, do it. Attack for me.
The 5.
Are you okay? Is oh right, Shaggy's gotta grab Venya. So he tries to like bite at this ape, and the ape's skin is like leather, like a hairy leather, and it's really thick, and so he doesn't bite through entirely. He leaves like little cute imprints, but that's it. And so now Shaggy needs to roll.
Oh, I'm gonna use my auto success on this one.
That's a good idea. Okay, so you grab Venya out of the air.
As crit, I do the whole perfect catch of milady.
And she's like, "Get me out of here!"
Oh, that's my intention. Start going
Okay.
away. I'm
Perfect.
still in his arms.
All right, now what are we doing? What is Beatrice and Merc doing? And I didn't let Beatrice do anything last turn, so if you want to do like an extra action, because I kind of skipped over Beatrice, that's totally fine.
I would just assume that she would just try to get like the bone off of her and then just watch. She would kind of wait to get back in the fray, so she would just kind of like stand up and just kind of like scope out
she's like
the
catching her
stage.
breath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, this time now, what do they want to do?
Merc is going to now see that after he shot it and everyone's kind of back down on the ground and where they should be, and we have the packages safely contained. Merc is gonna go quickly scoop up Beatrice in like a weird, lanky, awkward way, but she kind of gets on there real fast, and they'll kind of make their way back around to where Davo and Scooby are, to just kind of make sure that they're okay and protected.
Okay, on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, you could do that easily. The ape is pretty distracted just in general. But go ahead and make me an action, like a team action, to kind of get across, like to just kind of like dart across and not get kind of tracked down by this ape.
Oh.
Okay. So I'll say you're able to kind of get to that side, but you're not really kind of like out of his grasp. So, I mean, you're still pretty close to him.
Okay.
But you're doing fine. Like, it's not like you're right just like in his grasp and he's gonna grab you and throw you or anything, you know.
Okay.
He might. And so after that, we got Ferdinand and Franz. What are you guys doing?
See now, I have tried to abandon my subtle nature and use the lasers, but it's not working so well. So, I would like to have a quick look around the room. Is there anything around that I can use? Perhaps some vines or something like that?
You can absolutely use some vines.
Then, rather than firing my lasers, which I know is not Francis' speciality, I've put a great strain on her and I feel guilty. Also, my accent has still gone everywhere.
You are very upset with the what has happened today.
It has made my accent go all funny. So, I will grab a vine, and then I will try and subtly running around its legs.
Okay. Ooh, I am enjoying this very much. Roll me a subtlety check with advantage for at least Franz, right? Or Ferdinand?
He's a hacker.
No, then.
Yeah.
You're just really good at subtlety. Okay.
Or so you might think.
So I'll say you start wrapping around his legs, but it's not taut, so it's just like a vine that's on the ground, and he's like kind of like focusing in on like what you're doing.
Perhaps
And
I'll
he
make
like
him
kind
dizzy.
of maybe. So he'll start kind of like like running around. I will say you're causing a really great distraction for your friends, which they can utilize next time around. But I'll have him roll an action, and he's gonna try to like swipe at you, but he is going around in circles, so I'm gonna make it slightly harder for him. Okay, not even necessary. So he does get. He starts to like wobble a little bit, and like his head, like he starts to look like dizzy, and he's like, "Oh, okay, Siri." It was like, I can't find a wobble a little bit in your music playlist. It's like, is that a song? Okay, but he like his head, like he starts to like sway back and forth. And he's just looking sick, but he doesn't look like he is following you around anymore. So I'll say you're probably on like the other side of him while your friends are on the opposite side. And so on your next turn, you can probably get over to them. Okay. Shaggy and Scooby.
Shaggy is carrying the lovely lady away. And Scooby, seeing that both are off, is going to back off and start shoving the other down. Let's go. Go.
Okay, and Davo is like, okay. Like, she's like straight up bolting. And you guys see this very small, rather small, dinosaur just start like going back and forth, like really fast, doing zoomies across, like trying to get away from like tree line, cave, just like going back and forth, going in circles a little bit. She's doing zoomies, but she is gone. And so if you want to hop up on Scooby with, then yeah, you can.
That I will do.
And then run off. Do you want to like start to kind of stealthily kind of go away? Like, are you trying to be quiet as you leave? Or are you just trying to get as far away as possible?
Just trying to get the hell away.
Okay. All right. I'll allow that. I'll say instead of like rolling anything, you kind of like double your distance and you're getting further away. All right. Anything else you want to do?
That's all I got.
Okay. Then Beatrice and Merc, it's your turn.
All right, so I was standing where Scooby and Davo were. So seeing that, where am I in relation to the giant monkey again?
So the monkey is now very confused and
Okay.
kind of like swaying side to side. So its back is almost towards you because it was trying to follow Ferdinand and Franz like around in a circle.
Okay.
So its back is to you now.
I'm gonna try to shoot at the back of its knees to try and like trip
Okay.
it up. I want to trip it up.
Okay, perfect. Roll me some action. You're the only one whose guns still work.
I know, and I'm
Knock on wood.
terrified. Oh. Oh my
Okay. So you still miss his legs. Mostly because he's just kind of like moving like side to side. So kind of like your aim isn't as steady. So you do miss them. But I will allow you, if you would like to, you can start moving. You just wouldn't get as far as like Shaggy and Scooby.
Yeah.
Okay. You're kind of falling behind them, like trailing slightly.
Yes.
You wanted to go with them.
Yes. Yeah, I want to follow them out.
Okay, perfect. Anything else? Okay.
Nope.
Ferdinand and Franz. Your turn.
Okay. I say to Franz, set piece number 5. And Franz will know that this means she needs to grab the vine and run towards the exit of the cave, whilst I tie a clever knot.
Okay. All right, let me see. What would this be? I'd probably say it's an action for both. Unless you have any other reason why it wouldn't be an action for both.
Because I'm really bad at actions?
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. I think it's going to be an action. Unfortunately. You got it. You got this.
This is Franz running.
Okay.
Okay. Franz is doing okay. Franz is doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I'll say that Franz books it to the cave opening. And this monkey is just kind of like going like kind of around and around. And when you kind of bolt off into the other direction and start to like tie your knot, it kind of, the rope goes taut a little too quickly. And while one of his legs are up, it grabs the other one, but not both of them. So he's kind of now just like tied, like the rope is wrapped around one foot. And so he's kind of just like hopping around now, but he's not down. But it is there.
We have something.
It's so close. So close. Like if you had maybe rolled one higher, it would have worked. All right. So it's time for our monkey friend's turn. And I'm going to say that he probably needs to just like get his shit together. And so that's what we're going to try to do for him. And he's going to roll an action for that. Okay. And so he ends up kind of like straightening himself out and kind of like getting his bearings. And he's like, so like both of his feet are on the ground now. But that's all he's going to do this turn. He's also looking for a rock or a bone to throw at either any of our friends that are still very close. So Beatrice or Shaggy and Scooby goes first. Shaggy, Scooby, it's your turn.
Yeah. And I was saying, if we got far enough away, we're gonna try and slip away.
Okay, roll me some subtle checks.
Subtle checks. Here goes.
Okay. I'll say that you're pretty far away at this point to where the ape isn't really paying much attention to you. However, you are still making enough noise for like Beatrice and Merc and Davo to eventually find where you are. So it works out. It ends up succeeding, and you're doing fine. Yep. Anything else you want to do?
Just kind of just look down to defending you. Are you okay, gorgeous?
And she'll just kind of like look at you like wide-eyed, like you could see a little bit of like blood coming down from her mouth. She's got like a couple of bruises. There's like a big kind of bruise that's coming across, like where her like chest is slightly exposed from just like his grip, and she doesn't answer.
I get well, I leave wipe away the blood and go, you'll be fine, just get a little closer.
Okay, perfect. I mean, that's great. Next time I might make you roll me a sexy check. To see if you two fall in love. Okay, so Beatrice and Mark, it's your turn.
We're gonna also follow suit and try to make some subtle checks to get out of here unnoticed.
Okay, do that for me. Okay, kind of the same situation. Like you end up kind of like getting far enough along to where the ape can't find you. However, you know how talented like Franz is at tracking, so you kind of like are kind of leaving some stuff behind so that she knows where to go.
Perfect.
Because she's talented enough at that. All right. Anything else?
Nope. Where's Davo at the moment?
Davo is kind of like slowly kind of coming up. Like you can see like Davo's panting. Like,
Okay.
like, and just kind of coming up, looking like he did a couple too many zoomies.
Okay.
So, but he's coming. He's a coming. All right, Ferdinand, Franz.
Okay, so we have one thing around the thing. Okay. And we're in a cave,
Yes.
right?
So Franz is at the mouth of the cave. You're on the other side, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But this cave, does it have anything like tree branches? Like, you know, like roots?
Yeah, I'll say like it has a very kind of lush landscape around it to where there could probably be some like large, thick vines.
What I'm looking for is something that I could maybe hook the rope on. So I could
Yes.
try and hoodunk the ape.
I think you could I'll say, are you over by like some of the tree line? Is that where Ferdinand is looking for this?
Sure.
Okay. So Ferdinand is like kind of looking around. You see, I mean, if you're at the tree line, there's trees everywhere. If you want to wrap it around.
That seems ideal. Yes, we will wrap it around the
Okay.
tree.
All right. And I, being a generous galaxy goddess, will bestow upon you an auto success. My auto success.
Yay, you've learned that I can't roll.
Uh-huh. So if you want it, you can have it.
I want it.
Okay, you take it. So,
I do it.
what you do it. And then do you guys do anything after? Like, what's Franz gonna do this turn?
I have a feeling this is sort of like a joint effort. So like, you know, Ferdinand is sort of directing, being the brains, and Franz is doing the legwork. But yeah, I wanna hoist the ape.
Okay. So you do literally that. Like you hook it over the most like sturdy kind of, not necessarily the branch, but like the actual meat of the tree, like kind of in between some of the branches. And you and Franz heave. And I will say, because of that auto success, you successfully bring this ape onto its back. And like the earth just booms with the collision. And yeah, it starts to like kind of move, shift things around. And maybe with that, let's see what happens. I'm gonna roll myself a D100 real quick. Okay, and with that massive collision to the ground, you start to smell a little bit of something that smells like sulfur. Something that smells like, yeah, like earth, hot earth, burning next to this volcano. And so I'll say now that he's on the ground and he's like, kind of like, he's obviously really clumsy and he's kind of like hooked to this like tree. We're basically like out of combat. So what do we want to do?
Ha! I stopped the climber with a climber. This should really help me with my social climbing.
Jeez. Oh gosh, it's fantastic, but it's also painful to my ears. So if Ferdinand and Franz want to start running away, what?
We beat him with a tree. Bow down.
Oh my gosh, the tree makes a full circle.
Yes! Yes!
This is what this has come down to. Not dinosaurs with lasers, but a fucking tree. It's amazing. It's
Mother
amazing.
Nature
I love
finds
it.
a way.
Finds a
Maybe
way.
we spent so much time thinking about what we could do, we didn't think about what we should.
Jeez.
Yes!
Oh no, that's fantastic. Okay, so what we'll say. So we'll say that like this ape is just kind of on its back, just kind of like flailing around, and Franz and Ferdinand, Franz will start kind of getting the scent of where at least like Beatrice and Merc started going, and what general direction. So you guys will all meet up, and at this point I'll say that you're kind of far enough away where this ape won't really come and find you. And basically Venya is kind of just on the ground. She has her legs kind of close to her. She's kind of like clutching her knees. And Davo is acting quite calm for what he usually does, or what she usually does. And so that's very different from what you guys have seen. But what you see kind of, she has like a pack, and there looks to be a bright purple shining out of this pack.
Do we have
And
any
she's
idea?
just kind of like breathing heavily.
Do we have any idea what this bright shining purple thing might be?
Yeah, I mean, you can ask her. Or, I mean, you can ask her literally anything.
I think just doing the more taking care.
More-
continuing that.
Petting, and she's... Roll me a bond check.
Do I still
And you have advantage.
do I still have that auto success? Did I have another one? Because I think I used one. I used one earlier.
You do have an auto success, which you
There's
can
one on the
use
overlay.
if you
Use it.
want.
Use it while it's there. You know.
Yeah.
I will use it because why the hell not?
Okay, so you use it. What do you say to her?
Ooh, it's where the player is stumped.
Well, I mean, you could just be nice to her. You could just kind of like start like bandaging her wounds and stuff,
Yep.
and she'll start like her
Yep.
icy exterior kind of starts to like melt away, and she'll say me some.
Small talk, or it could be any bit of blood, just and the whole
Yeah.
letting that a little closer.
Yeah, maybe ask like, where does it hurt? And she's like, here and here and here.
And
And she's like, she blushes and she turns away. And she's like, thanks you guys for coming to save me. You really saved You saved my ass, for sure. And I truly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Well, of
Yeah,
course, that's what we're here for.
And this was a pretty big mission. I mean, this is gonna... Woo, I'm set for life, I think.
Well, hopefully now you got your adventuring bits out there, because that... What were you thinking going at that alone?
Well, I mean, I've never had any trouble before, and I didn't think something like that would toss me around this bad. I thought I could handle it. But he made me smooch him. It was weird. I didn't
That
like
monkey?
it. Yeah. And then
Not
he like
cool.
would put me on the back of Davo and like start pretending like we were riding around like I was a doll. It was very upsetting.
I just kind of
Oh.
brought closer, just a little bit between the hair. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
And she has no hair.
Yeah, we're just doing the ball play. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, she'll be like, thank you. Yeah, and if there's any way that I can repay you guys, I don't have the money now. And she'll like kind of bring her bag in front of her and she'll like take out this like glowing crystal. And now you guys can kind of see what it is. Most of you haven't seen anything like this since you were last in the inner helix. And you know that it is a rare energy source, this like big, glowing, massive crystal in her hand. It's usually an energy source used for like machinery, but the government like sometimes uses that for weaponry. And so she's like, I have to get this back to the Galactic Imperium, like my contact there. But once I do, I'll share whatever I get with you guys. I mean, I'm indebted to all of you.
With all of this tree action, let's just say that for now, it's okay. But you will owe us one.
I think I have the prize
For
back
now.
in my arms.
And she's like, what is... that was oddly tree-related. Oddly. Did you mean to do that? That was clever.
I planted the joke, yes.
Like, yeah, that was really clever. I mean, well, if you guys would like, I'm actually gonna go. I mean, we should probably get to a space station or something and get healed up. I mean, you look awful. And she points to like Beatrice, who is definitely starting to swell in areas.
I will say, as she has been knocked heavily around, her beautiful updo that has touched the high heavens is now disheveled, and most of it was like weave and wig that now just lays wrecked behind her. And she's just deflated and covered in mud and dirt.
I love it.
Absolute wreck.
As nature intended.
Okay. And so is there anything you guys want to do before you gracefully ride off into the sunset on your dinos?
I will stand and offer to any ride with me.
Yeah, I guess Davo, do you want me to ride with you? And she's like kind of saying this to her, and she's like, is it okay if I ride with him? And Davo's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then Davo like immediately like blasts off into the air, and you just kind of see this like erratic like dinosaur just start shooting across the sky like into the stars.
He's happy.
Like, yeah, we'll get to that station and we'll all get healed, and then I mean, we're set for life, you guys. Y'all don't have to be pirates no more.
Whoa! Yeehaw!
Although
And
I
so-
must admit, I am not the best pirate because I always fill out my logbook.
Yeah, does Scooter make you do that?
No.
Oh, you just do it. You just have a logbook.
for my own personal tax return.
Okay, all right. You keep that on your person?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I keep it digital though, because save the trees.
It's a good way to look at the world for sure. And I mean, there's no trees on any space station, so I mean, that's smart. That's smart. Paper is a commodity these days, for sure.
Yes.
All right. Anything else we want to do?
Taking
All
the
right.
sheep, we just blast off into the sunset.
Yeah, and so she'll hop on the back of Scooby, and she'll kind of like look back behind you guys and kind of give you like a little nod and a wink, and she'll put her arms around Shaggy's waist, and you guys begin the blast off into the space, and you guys kind of see she'll kind of point out some like meteors for you guys to shoot with your lasers as like you ride off, and then that is the end.
That was so much fun. That was so
Raven,
great.
your energy's great.
Yes.
You've got that that BDE, big DM energy. There.
Yeah.
Big
Let's.
GG energy.
Yes, indeed. Let's go round, talk about who we are, where we came from, what our favorite part is, and all that stuff. Because this is our stream, so we can take our time with this. Let's start at the bottom of the stream. We're just as they're about to take a drink. We're Phil. Hey.
Hey, Phil, you can find me at Bakura's Riff on Twitter. You can also find me on Monday evenings at Blood in the Thames. We are about to finish off Blood in the Thames and become Blood in the Thameses, so a new series. We're playing Vampire the Masquerade, so if that's not a system please be warned, it is a horror game, so just so you are aware, but a great game with that. And yeah, it's so much fun, and it's the first time I've rolled for something on the random on the D100 list, and that's the first time I've had a character get a date in any game I've played. So that's a win. Yay! And that's so much fun. I was like, yeah, I'm a bounty hunter. I've got a dinosaur. There's lasers. Oh, come on! To hell with the physics of it all. It's fun.
Yeah, let's just pop the module command back in again, actually, guys. If you want to check out this game, there is a link directly to the, what's it called, Drive-Thru RPG, and a link to the Twitter for the creator there. So go and check it out. It's a fantastic game. You can seduce other dinosaurs in it.
That literally happened.
Yay!
I want an epilogue of that, actually, because I feel like we forgot about it. But anyway, next round, we have Ray with a brick.
Hi. Hey, I'm Ray. I am with a brick on Twitter and Twitch. Yay. You can find me sometimes floating around the Scratticus channel in various other games and things that may become things in the future, I hope. So I also start a new campaign next Sunday over at the Greyhawk channel. It's 4 to 7 Eastern. It's called Autumn Hall. I play a half-orc druid of spores. I'm really excited to do that. And then in a little while, once I get some food and check on my pets and everything, I'll be playing tonight on the Cincinnati D&D channel to help kind of round out their 24-hour stream for Extra Life for children, for kids, for their Tabletop 2019 Appreciation Weekend. So catch me around the interwebs.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah, and my favorite part by far was the seducing of the dinosaurs. I wasn't prepared for that, but I always love a good throw off, and definitely being able to play this crazy yeehaw character with a character voice, because I've never done that before. So that was kind of fun.
Ray, we just take so many of your firsts. I love it.
I know. It's great.
Last season we took a bunch of firsts from you as well. It was great. Raven, you
Yeah,
can give me that look, but you know the
Yeah.
noises you made today, okay? Let's not talk about it.
Never bring those up ever again. Ever.
Okay. I feel I need to go back and make a clip. Okay.
I was like, it's not like it's on the internet literally for the rest of my life.
Clip it.
No, that can be really damaging. I'll just clip it and send it to you privately.
Torment me with it forever.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like there should be an epilogue. I feel like we need to find like a equivalent of a drive-in, but a dino-in, where
Yes.
you know, where Franz and Merc can make out at the back row.
There is, I'll say that in this universe that I've created in my head just now, there is like a little trough that they could get some really good, yummy foods in.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Sort of like do
good.
the trough version of Lady and the Tramp, like in the trough.
Yeah. Very. Yes. Yes.
Sorry, I think I ate your top lip. Raven, you've done so well today. I tease about about noises and things, but only because you did so well today.
It was so good.
How are you? How do you feel?
I feel good. I've had to literally pee for the last like 3 hours just because I'm like a nervous chihuahua. So I'm like just bouncing around. So that's how I feel. But I had such an amazing time. You guys are so amazing. Thank you for sticking with me with like the audio issues and stuff like that. And then learning this together. It was so much fun. I had so much fun playing it. I definitely recommend everyone picking it up. It's such a quick learn because I literally found out I was going to run this yesterday. So, I mean, anybody can play it anytime, and I think it's a great pickup.
And big shout out to you for that, for learning it so quickly. It's amazing. But also, big shout out to Ursidice because they literally, even though they're in UK time, they went out of their way to like help us set this up.
Yeah, exactly.
And Raven, you're in what, Pacific? So
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a huge time difference.
It's like 8 hours, and they worked it out and set their alarms and stuff. And I think they were in here a minute ago, but I also know that it's like 3:30 in the morning in the UK right now. So, I mean, Phil's crazy because Phil's also in the UK and doesn't work on my timeline.
Right.
But Ursidice also, thanks for popping in and everything. Big shout out to them. We'll pop the module thing again. Before we go, thank you very much to Maharishi for that last-minute donation. I appreciate you, Sean. Thank you so much. Of course, we didn't get to use it because we were rapping, but I still appreciate it. Thank you. We've done incredibly well today on the goal. Thank you very much for that, everyone. It means a lot. And we'll close up with our closing links. You can go and find all of the things that we do, all of the things, places that you can find us and that sort of thing. If anyone has a raid cry, I have a feeling like it's going to end up being something to do with subtlety or something like that, but
Just subtle.
just subtle. Yeah, possibly.
Just subtle.
I need something. Do we get any quotes from this game? Is there any quotes that have gone down? It's possible. No, the last quote to be added is "I read a rule" by me, which is a valid thing. Leaf finds a way.
Yes!
Leaf finds a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
I'm just gonna proc that for the format, and then let's put that in there. Leaf finds a way. So come with us on the raid. We are actually going to go and raid Cincinnati D&D. They are running a 24-hour stream for charity, and yeah, we totally like. Yeah, they're a cool person. I like. I have this really bad thing with Twitter handles and names. I either know your Twitter handle and your name, or I just know your name, and I only like this person's name and not their Twitter handle, so there's a bit of dysfunction. Now I see their face, I'm like, oh! So, like, we're going to go over there and raid them. It's going to be real fun.
And I'll be on the game in like 10 minutes, so stick by and stay.
And they're totally raising money for Extra Life for Kids. So, and I believe that he's currently dressed as a sailor as well, which is quite exciting. Exactly. So we're going to go do that. Everyone, thank you very much for coming along today. Check out our sponsors, Mage Hand Press and Bird in the Storm Publishing. We're very grateful to them to make this all possible. Keep on evoking emotions, and we will see you next time. See you later.
Bye-bye.
turn out with that raid cry, everyone. Let's spam their chat. Let's make them very, very happy. Let's make their day.